This is question 1 from the 2015 functions test. It's a hybrid function. We're going to look at defining a function and then getting the calculator to sketch that function, and we can actually do that even with hybrid functions. So let's try and remember these different values. Our first step is to type in h of x, which is what we're working with, and then we can press Control and this button here, and this is how we can define a function. The next step is to click this button that's red already again, and you can see if you're just doing 2, you can use this one, or in this case 3, but you can set it to 4 or 2 or whatever you need to do. So we've got our 4 functions. So we've got 2 minus x when x is less than or equal to 1, 2 minus x when x, control equals gives us access to these, the greater than less than signs, 3 between -1 and 1, and negative x minus 1 values, plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 1. Oops. Plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so that looks the same. If we press enter, we get done here. The question's asking when h is -3 to find the solution there. So if I just type h, we can see it's a bold h, meaning that we've defined the function correctly. The calculator recognizes we've defined something, and that gives us 5. So obviously that's pretty straightforward as well, just subbing it into these functions, but it's a nice way to do it. If you were struggling to work out what this function looks like, we've got it here, but on your calculator now, if you click your home button and the graphs function, and if I just press tab, if I now type h of x, which was the function that we were working with, it will sketch it for me. And I can of course find any intercepts. So let's do 0, will give us that value. I can use trace, so menu trace. If I do 0 and enter, it gives me that. Escape here will get you out of any of those options if you're stuck in trace. But there's quite a lot we can find, and we can even go along it using that trace function. So menu trace, and we can find it at different points. So -1, that was one of the important points. Yeah, that can be a bit tricky when we've got, technically the 1 up here isn't covered because it was less than but not equal to. So just be careful with that kind of information as well. But you can see pretty quickly we've got the same looking function here. So if you were struggling with these, and that's 4 marks, quite a few there, you can use the calculator to get a lot of that information.